let's start from the market. We need to figure out a way to bond together. And I think there's an initiative being led by Nigeria, Kenya, and around voluntary markets. Africa wants to be much more involved in voluntary carbon credit markets. I think that's where we have to start from. We have to start from the markets. How do we coherently, pay attention to what happened in the voluntary market? It's still small at this point. I think it's around $2 billion what we have running in there. But something that could grow as high as $200 to $300 billion in the next few years. So how does Africa take a significant size of that? It's something that has to be, and it has to mean that we have a coherent strategy in terms of diagnosing and analyzing the risk in the respective countries, in terms of being able to create an investment framework that for some of these issues, and also put the social justice and element into it, so that those who are paying for these credits can clearly see the investment case and why they have to choose Africa, ahead of anyone else. So Africa has to have the expertise and the capacity to be able to do these things, and it has to seek, if it does not have, by bringing diaspora energy, diaspora capital to be able to do this thing. So which comes to my second point. Apart from us participating in the voluntary capital market and the regulated capital market, we need to be able to attract diaspora capital. Right now, most of the skills that we need on climate change, we still need a bit of need to leverage on diaspora energy and diaspora capital to make these things happen, because some of those skills we might not even find it within the continent, as much as we try to talk about it. So if it means that we have people in universities, in companies who have worked for entities, then also do a lot of skills transfer to strengthen Africa's framework and Africa's position on some of this, on seeking investment, it will be really, really helpful. That's something that we need. And I think a whole lot of things also can happen with bilateral conversations. So if, for example, Google, Microsoft, or whoever wants to offset its carbon credits, and you want to speak, and an African country should be able to build conversations. So we must also know that, in as much as we are also talking to these entities about expanding to Africa and opening up their entities in Africa, they also have the carbon trading desk in each of these countries, in each of these companies too. Africa must also be able to integrate these conversations around, carbon credits trading and all of that with some of these multilateral, so that when we even go to regulated markets, or it's a voluntary market, there is a clear conversation, and about all of these are all connected together. Green bonds are also a big opportunity that Africa needs to tap in much more. Skills transfer, being able to get skills transfer in green technologies. And all of that is also a vertical, which includes tertiary institutions, universities being involved every day about. So Africa also has to get the required skills. There's no reason why Africa can't produce its own solar panels. There's no reason why Africa can't have leading companies in wind energy, offshore wind energy. There's no reason why Africa is not leading on hydrogen, hydrothermal energy. I mean, a lot of things that Africa can take a leadership on as much as possible. But it's just because we have to be much more strategic in how we be able to harness domestic capabilities, seek the diaspora support when necessary, and most importantly, be able to define vehicles, investment vehicles, that climate change fund, that green energy, that people can find attractive and really invest.